Obviously, she is a princess, but she's quite a tomboy. She loves climbing trees, and she's very much an adventurer.
The English royal family may have its share of scandals, but they remain far different from ordinary people. And Princess Charlotte just proved it. At only 9 years old, she already possesses knowledge that rivals adults, and even some prodigies. What's even more surprising is that this level of intelligence is considered normal in the royal household.
She was quite known for her feisty personality.
Feeling that we got when they came out with the baby, we couldn't miss it again. We couldn't miss this one.
Recently, Charlotte shocked everyone by catching an error in her school's test, earning widespread attention. Just how different are the royals from their subjects? Join us as we discuss how Princess Charlotte was treated after correcting her school test's error. Even princesses have school tests. On June 6, 2024, Prince William shared that his 9-year-old daughter, Princess Charlotte, was in school, taking her exams. When asked about her by a fan's mother in Normandy, the Prince of Wales added that Charlotte wasn't excited about her tests that morning, but he made sure to assure her that it was going to go well. Charlotte, who was in year 4 then, goes to Lambrook School with her brothers, Prince George and Prince Louis. The siblings started at the school near Windsor in fall 2022. While Charlotte was acting like any other child, some people might have misunderstood her father's statement, and even suggested that the young princess wasn't interested in her studies. But that is far from the truth. What happened during one of her tests has left many shocked. During a history test, Princess Charlotte noticed something strange. One of the questions about the start of the Second World War didn't have the right answer. She remembered the correct date from her lessons and checked again to be sure. For a moment, she wasn't sure what to do. Close sources from the palace say that she wondered if speaking up would make her seem like she was showing off. But she decided it was best to speak out. Charlotte said that she hesitated for just a second before raising her hand. Her teacher, who had been focused on his notes, looked up, surprised. The whole room grew quieter as the other students noticed her. She had to take a deep breath before telling the teacher that there was a mistake on the test. According to the princess's accounts, the classroom immediately went silent, and some students exchanged confused looks, while others simply watched her. The teacher's expression remained mostly unchanged, but there was a slight uncertainty in his eyes. He told the class he'd check it after the lesson and asked them to continue with their test. Charlotte dropped her hand, feeling the weight of everyone's gaze. Some looked impressed, while others seemed irritated. A murmur ran through the room, but she stayed focused on her work. She knew she had done the right thing, even if it made her stand out. As Charlotte worked on the rest of the test, her mind wandered. She had spoken up, and now she would have to deal with whatever came next. What happened next? The grand unveil. When the next history class began, the atmosphere felt different. Everyone took their usual seats, but there was a strange tension in the air. Charlotte sat calmly, but she could feel eyes on her. No one said anything, but the question remained: would the teacher acknowledge the mistake she pointed out? The teacher began the lesson, and just as things settled, the door creaked open. The headmaster walked in, and the room fell completely silent. He confirmed that Charlotte was right. The date for World War I was incorrect, and she had been correct to point it out. His voice was steady, but there was a certain respect when he acknowledged her. The room was quiet for a moment as everyone absorbed what he had said. Then slow clapping began at the back of the room and spread through the class. Soon the whole room was applauding. The applause wasn't just for her correction, it was for her courage in speaking up, when it would have been easier to stay silent. Though no one said anything directly, Charlotte mentioned that she could sense a quiet respect from her classmates, who hadn't been there before. This isn't the first time the princess has stood out for doing the right thing, or showing just how attentive she is. Charlotte in charge. Princess Charlotte, although the younger sister of Prince George, the heir to the throne, appears to be the more confident one, according to a body language expert, Judy James, speaking to the Daily Express. These moments, which the writer dubs Charlotte in charge, were evident during the Platinum Jubilee. Charlotte was seen trying to stop her younger brother, Prince Louis, from waving too enthusiastically during the carriage procession at Trooping the Colour, and she even corrected George's posture while on the Buckingham Palace balcony. During the same weekend, Prince William, Kate Middleton, George and Charlotte visited Wales. There, the two older Cambridge children interacted with the crowd near Cardiff Castle, shaking hands with well-wishers. While George appeared slightly hesitant to greet the crowd, Charlotte displayed more confidence, according to the expert. It's clear from their body language during public events that William and Kate have been guiding their two older children on how to smile, wave, and shake hands, said Judy James. Although George and Charlotte still seem a little shy about initiating handshakes, they participate in this adult-like ritual, which is unusual for children their age. Charlotte, however, doesn't seem to rely on her older brother for guidance, acting independently, as James points out. Charlotte seems to be confident in these small, formal gestures and rarely looks to George, showing that she knows what to do on her own. Many who follow the royal family's affairs often refer to the young princess as Queen Elizabeth's Regan, while others say that she is exactly like Princess Anne, strong-willed and always available to guide her brothers, making her quickly become a favorite among the public. But as the kingdom braces for the ascension of her father to the throne, questions loom over her future. Will the princess continue to carve out her path, or will she be drawn into the intense expectations that come with royal duty? Next, in line to the throne. Just like her great-grandmother, people wonder if the young princess might become queen too. Queen Elizabeth II was the UK's head of state from 1952, making her the longest-reigning monarch in British history. She was also the head of state for 15 other countries. The Queen and her late husband, Prince Philip, Duke of Edinburgh, had 4 children, 8 grandchildren, and 9 great-grandchildren. Princess Charlotte is presently the third to the throne, and her chances of becoming the ruler of Britain are very slim. Becoming a royal is simple. If you marry into the royal family, you're given a title once it's official. But to become king, you have to be born into the royal family. Prince William is first in line to the throne, and his son, Prince George, is second. This means they are in a solid position for the throne. But what about Princess Charlotte? The royal family doesn't overthink names or titles. Many of the royal family members closest to the throne will use different titles over time, so it's nothing unusual. For example, Prince William started as Prince William and then became the Duke of Cambridge. When his father became king, he took on the titles of Duke of Cornwall and Prince of Wales. So when Prince William becomes king, his children's titles will change too. Princess Charlotte, the first daughter, is third in line to the throne. The only daughter of the Duke and Duchess of Cornwall is currently known as Her Royal Highness Princess Charlotte of Wales. However, she might get another title in the future. So what will she likely be called? The befitting role. Marlene Koenig, an expert on British and European royalty, was asked to share her insights on what titles would be given to royal children. Koenig, who has worked as a news librarian for CNN, NPR, and the Daily Telegraph, and written many books about the royal family, explained how Prince William's future would affect the titles of his children. She also highlighted the differences between Prince George's future and that of his siblings. It's possible that Princess Charlotte and Prince Louis may not receive titles in the future, depending on how the line of succession unfolds. But titles won't stop Charlotte from shining. She may not realize it, but she made history when her younger brother, Prince Louis, was born. Here's why. For many years, the rules of succession in the UK favored male heirs. boys automatically took precedence over their older sisters, even if the girls were firstborn. Queen Victoria's first child was a daughter, Princess Victoria, born in 1840. However, her second child, a son born in 1841, became the heir and later became King Edward VII. Over time, as society's views on gender evolved, these old rules were seen as unfair. Many European monarchies, like those in Sweden and Denmark, changed their succession laws to follow birth order, regardless of gender. In 2011, Commonwealth leaders agreed to a law that ended gender bias in succession. This change was made while the Duchess of Cornwall was expecting her first child, ensuring that whether the baby was a boy or girl, it would be Prince William's heir. Their first child, Prince George, was born in 2013, followed by Princess Charlotte in 2015. Thanks to this change, Princess Charlotte remains third in line to the throne after her father and older brother. The birth of Prince Louis has not altered her position. This means that Charlotte still has a chance to become Queen Anne one day, and her title could change or be restored in the future. Even if she does not become the ruler of Britain, there is still a role that is well suited for her in the royal court. Princess Royal. Princess Charlotte may soon receive the title of Princess Royal, which is one of the most important titles in the royal family. It is traditionally given to the eldest daughter of the reigning monarch and not only honors the royal family, but also highlights her role in royal duties. Right now, Princess Anne holds the title of Princess Royal. She is a full-time royal and was recognized as the hardest-working member of the royal family in 2018. In British history, only 7 women have held the title.
The monarchy provides, with the Constitution, a degree of long-term stability that is actually quite hard to come by any other way.
If Princess Anne still holds the title, when Prince William becomes king, Charlotte won't be able to take it. However, with gender-equal succession now in place, Charlotte may have the chance to hold the title one day, after she finishes her education. She'll likely get involved in charity work and take on her royal responsibilities when she's older. Whether now or in the future, Princess Charlotte is sure to do great things. She's already shown herself to be a smart, energetic child with a bright smile. She's a loving big sister, especially to her younger brother, Prince Louis, with whom she shared her official 3rd birthday photo in 2018. Charlotte also has the royal wave down perfectly. Her parents call her Lottie, and she loves olives and the color pink. In her free time, she takes ballet at Thomas's Battersea School, just like her brother Prince George. The two get along very well. In addition to her charm and personality, Princess Charlotte's appearance reminds many of her grandmother, the Queen, when she was young. She may have also inherited strong leadership qualities from her, which could prepare her for an even greater role in the future. Breaking traditions. For many years, royal children were raised by nannies and sent off to boarding school at a young age. Public appearances were always very formal, with no signs of affection. However, things changed with Princess Diana and her 2 sons, Prince William and Prince Harry. William and Kate have continued Diana's more modern approach, and royal expert Ingrid Seward believes this could change other royal traditions as well. William and Kate want their children to be happy, so they might decide not to send them to boarding school, choosing instead to let their children's personalities guide their decisions about school and their future. Looking at how Princess Charlotte has been raised over the past 9 years, along with the women in her family she looks up to, it's easy to imagine that she'll be a mix of family love, authenticity, service, and energy. Plus, she might bring some exciting changes as the future daughter of the King of England. As the only daughter of William and Kate, she will always draw attention, and people will keep a close eye on everything, from her style to her education, hobbies, and future partner. But with her modern upbringing and her place in the line of succession, Charlotte's future is full of possibilities. As the first girl in her family who will retain her place in line to the throne, Charlotte has a unique role to shape. Despite being only 9, she is already standing out with her friendly and down-to-earth personality. We're sure Princess Charlotte will be just fine as she grows into her role, just like she is doing now, becoming even bigger than her parents. Being an under 10 billionaire, Princess Charlotte is the wealthiest child in the world. Her net worth is even greater than the combined wealth of the Kardashians. At just 9 years old, she holds the title of the richest member of the royal family, surpassing even Queen Elizabeth. While the Queen's wealth was around $600 million, Charlotte's fortune is nearly 10 times that, around $5 billion. To put it in perspective, she's richer than Kim Kardashian and Oprah Winfrey together. This also means she outshines the king, whose wealth is similar to the Queen's. But don't think this little princess is just living off her parents. She's worth more than William and Kate combined. Born into the royal family, Charlotte is part of the Windsors, one of the wealthiest families in the world. From birth, she's been surrounded by luxury and given extravagant gifts, some costing more than an average person makes in a year. For example, she received a $45,000 baby rattle made of 18-karat white gold, adorned with sapphires, rubies, and diamonds shaped like the Union Jack. As a royal, Charlotte didn't even ask for this expensive gift. It was simply given to her by a famous jewelry brand because she's a princess.
Such a special time. I think any parent, I think, will probably sort of know what this feeling feels like. So
very special.
On the day she was born, London's landmarks, like London Bridge and the Tower of London, were lit up in pink to celebrate, costing quite a bit.
You know, no one's ever done that before. When Prince Harry was born, Prince William was at home when they left. Maybe this time they may bring in little fella along.
Being born into the royal family doesn't mean Charlotte gets whatever she wants, though. So how did a 7-year-old girl become the wealthiest child and royal? It's not because she has tons of money in a bank account or gets huge amounts from her parents or taxpayers. Her wealth is based on her influence on the British economy, how much she contributes to driving sales and generating billions of dollars for the country. And how does this 9-year-old manage to do so? The Charlotte effect. Since her birth, Princess Charlotte has become a major fashion icon. Every outfit she wears instantly turns into a must-have, and many moms rush to buy similar clothes for their kids. This is known as the Charlotte effect. A great example is the Breton stripe dress she wore at the 2022 Commonwealth Games. The moment she wore it, the dress, made by British brand Rachel Riley, sold out in just 24 hours, and the brand had to set up a waiting list for it. But don't think Charlotte only wears expensive designer clothes. Her outfits are surprisingly affordable. For example, the Breton dress cost around $45. Another dress she wore for her 6th birthday only cost $85 and sold out in just 12 hours. Even more impressive, the company sold 6 months' worth of stock in just 3 days. Her 4th birthday dress was another hit, and it was under $100. Charlotte's fashion influence comes from her mom, Kate Middleton, who was also a trendsetter. When Kate joined the royal family, she became a style icon, with everyone copying her looks. What makes Kate special is that she chooses both designer clothes and more affordable local brands, making it easier for everyday women to follow her style. This also helps boost the economy by supporting local businesses. Although Charlotte is the richest royal child, her brothers, George and Louis, are also quite wealthy. George is worth about $3 billion, and Louis already has $7 million. However, their fashion influence is not as big as Charlotte's, since fashion tends to be more of a girl's thing. But how much is the royal family worth? And where does their money come from? They don't have regular jobs like most people. The royal family works both for themselves and for the public. They also have businesses that generate around $28 billion in total wealth. Many people think the royals live off taxpayer money, but that's only partly true. The average cost to taxpayers is just $1.5 per person per year, and the royal family costs about $560 million annually. However, they bring in $2.7 billion to the UK economy each year. To put that into perspective, the royal family's business is the fourth largest in the world, behind giants like Google, Apple, and Amazon. A significant part of the royal family's income comes from the sovereign grant, which includes properties and farms in the UK that generate hundreds of millions each year. Other sources of income include the Privy Purse, the Duchy of Lancaster, and the Duchy of Cornwall, which involve various investments, land, and assets. As it stands, the princess is currently proving to be an asset to the royal family, and even if she does not get to become queen, she might become Princess Royal or take over the reins of managing her family's vast business portfolio. Do you think Charlotte will become a historical Princess Royal or something even greater? What do you think about Charlotte's insane net worth and her influence as a fashion icon at just 9 years old? Share your thoughts with us in the comment section. Remember to like, share, and subscribe for more. Also, click the next video showing on your screen. You will enjoy it.